Can you feel the feelings of other people in your body? Would you consider yourself an emotional person? Being an empath is actually an incredibly amazing spiritual gift. But when you first wake up to it, it feels like hell. Welcome back to another episode of Heart Magic Monday with Empress Lysa. 10 years ago, I really woke up to my empathic gift and at the same time felt like the whole world was falling apart. Today, what we're going to be talking about are the 8 stages of empathic development so that you can really look at where am I now, where am I going, and how can I actually develop my gift and heal my own heart to step into my power and purpose. In this first stage, it's kind of like compulsive helping. We realize that as we help other people to feel better, we actually feel better, but we feel like we're compelled to help them. So we can't feel good unless they feel good first. I call this stage, I must help them. The truth is that an empath actually has the power to be able to create the emotional state that they desire within themselves first, and that through that we're actually able to influence others more powerfully. So the key to conquering this first stage of I must help them is to realize that we must help ourselves. Stage 2 is all about I see your pain. As an empath, our capacity to feel the emotions within others isn't just limited to their current emotional state. It's actually as expansive as every emotion that they've ever felt, including their trauma, their suffering, their grief, their loss. It's very confronting for an empath to actually view the world and the depth of suffering that exists within humanity. However, this stage is really about calling us into our power as healers of our own hearts. The truth is that the initial suffering that we witness within the hearts and bodies of others is actually only ever a reflection of our own suffering. The way to truly progress through this second stage of actually seeing the pain in others is to actually claim the reflection and choose to heal our own pain. I define stage 3 as I need to help them. And when we believe that we need to help them, we take responsibility for actually being the pivotal leader that kind of everyone needs in order to transmute their own pain and suffering. Now, this is an illusion. The truth is that we need to trust them. As we deepen into our capacity as empaths to perceive and witness the suffering in others, we actually learn that suffering is actually an integral part of a soul's development. Stage 4 is fixing feelings. As an empath, we are so highly sensitive to the emotional states of others is that we have a strong repertoire of using verbal dialogue, presence, influence, body language, metaphor, Freudian slip, and a comedy to actually be able to influence the emotional state within others. We conquer stage 4 by learning the powerful truth that feelings only need to be felt. As empaths, one of our master gifts is influence. We have an incredible capacity through our language, our body language, our intention, and most importantly, our emotional state to lead and influence those around us. The difficulty is that sometimes we want something for somebody that they don't actually want for themselves. And this stage, stage 5, is actually all about forcing change. Is that because we believe we want the best for somebody else and that we really love them, we subtly actually want to force them into making positive changes. In the moment that we want to force any change, we're dishonoring the freedom and the choice of that soul and inherently forcing them to actually stick their heels more into the position where they are, and this is really not conducive. As we can recognize that we are in the vicinity of divinity, that whenever we commune with a soul, we are actually close to a god or goddess embodied. Whether that person knows it or not, any time that we attempt to force change in another, we're actually dishonoring the inherent power that they have. What we can do instead is recognize that they are free and powerful and capable of choosing whatever they feel is the best for them. One of the most wonderful ways to transcend this stage is to learn how to invite change. Would you like to open up and do this instead? For stage 6, we're actually really wanting to save souls. Now, this rescuing tendency is actually really noble. It's such a beautiful thing that we truly want to make a difference for another, and we want to be the person that actually shows up and truly loves that other person. Our sacred privilege with this gift is actually to witness souls. And the more somebody actually feels witnessed and seen, acknowledged and honored, they will actually be able to spontaneously return to the knowing that they have the power and the capacity to heal their own hearts, transform their own behavior, and to step beautifully back into their own truth. Stage 7 comes from a place where we are reacting to pain, and that's where a lot of our compulsive tendencies come from. Our desire to help other people is actually motivated by the discomfort of feeling their pain within our own bodies. There's a lot of benefit for actually being able to help other people in order to help us to feel better. But the way that we advance from this stage is finding how we can learn from pain. That pain is the greatest instructor, and until we learn the lesson, that pain will actually continue to repeat and to return to us until we actually get the learning that we need to get from it. Stage 8 is all about how we can heal the world and make it a better place. If you are an empath inherently, in some way, shape or form, you actually believe in different causes and missions, and you've probably adopted many. And that's why I really love standing as a leader and reminding other empaths that we have the power and capacity to first create peace within our own hearts. And that's how we actually ascend through stage 8. We're wanting to let's heal the world, and what I want to suggest is let's heal our own hearts. I strongly believe that as we heal our own hearts, we actually have a capacity within ourselves to remind other people that they have the ability to return to their own truth. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this, and if you would like to learn more about being an empath, and if you are one of those healers and helpers in the world that really wants to make a difference, then that is who these videos are dedicated to. I release them every Monday. My name is Lysa Black. I'm a heart healer, and for 10 years I've been developing and cultivating my empathic gift. I now use it to be able to witness other people and invite them back into the truth and power of who they truly are.